Hey happy friends, welcome to my channel. Today marks a very special occasion. This channel officially hit its first year on YouTube. Cue the music dance experience. I just wanted to hop on here to express my gratitude to each and every one of you who has followed my journey so far. Whether you've been following from the beginning or whether you've popped in for a video or two, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching and liking my videos. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and feedback in the comments. And most of all, thank you so much for supporting this goal of mine to start a YouTube channel and share my hobby journey with you guys. I really appreciate it. So in this video, I just want to go ahead and give a brief introduction about who I am, my experience on YouTube so far in its first year, recap what my initial goals were for my very first video, and future ideas and goals that I have for year 2. My name is Bobby, I live in Vancouver, Canada, and I've been into the Warhammer hobby for well over 20 years. Warhammer has been a big part of my life since 3rd edition of Warhammer 40,000, and in my day job, I am a visual effects compositor in the TV and film industry. More on that later. Overall, it's been a great experience. I've been really enjoying creating the content, scripting, editing. It's been fun experimenting and trying to figure out what I like, what I dislike. I've been having a lot of fun actually making the vlogs, just like a little peek into my life, where I live here in Vancouver. And I want to continue to be able to share that kind of content with you guys as well, along with the hobby stuff. I am learning what skills I am not very good at, such as scripting. Not very good at scripting. But I'm getting better and I'm learning as I go, so I'm sure it's only gonna get better with time. Another skill that has been a little challenging is the editing process. Now, I've really enjoyed learning how to edit and learning Adobe Premiere Pro. However, I am very slow at editing. It takes absolutely forever, especially with my hobby videos, because I record so much content, probably way more than I need. And so it takes me a while to sift through all of the content and then, chop everything up and all that. So, it just takes time, and I'm still learning how to do everything faster. Some of the other challenges that I face creating this content have been more personal stuff in my life. My wife and I recently had a baby. He is now 6 months old and he is a bundle of joy. I want to be there in my child's life as much as I can. So during my free time after work, I like to spend quality time with my family. Also, my career can sometimes demand more of my time as well. As I mentioned, I'm a visual effects compositor in the TV and film industry. If you're not familiar with what a visual effects compositor does, we essentially sit at the very end of the visual effects pipeline. So what we do is we take all of the computer generated imagery, also known as CGI, and combine it with the live action footage to create a natural and believable final image that you see in movies or in your favorite TV shows. Since the compositing department sits at the very end of the pipeline, sometimes the work can bottleneck toward the end of the pipeline and cause overtime needs. And those overtime needs can demand a lot of extra time. And a couple months ago, we did hit an overtime period where a lot of my free time did go to putting in extra hours at work. So I'm not able to create as much content as I would like. It's just trying to find the time to do everything. So in my very first video on this channel, I went over some of my initial goals for the channel, which included painting more miniatures, playing more games, and experimenting with vlogs. I wanted to post at least one video per month. I reached 10 videos in the past 12 months, so I got close, but as I said, life and career stuff happened. So as far as my painting progress goes, in the year 2024, I painted a total of, I think it was like 27 miniatures, which is not bad, but I definitely want to finish a lot more this year. So I started with my Death Guard. I already posted Death Guard episode 1, and episode 2 is coming out soon. I have about 33 models on there, I believe. 22 of them are new that I just started painting. So already almost as much as I painted in total last year. So making some pretty good progress. Also in my World Eater series, I wasn't able to finish all of the World Eater models in my first couple of videos. So I am working on painting those as well. So technically it's actually more than 22 that I have done at the moment. Yeah, I'm already making progress, and that's the whole point of me starting a YouTube channel, is to just keep myself accountable so that I'm painting more miniatures, sharing my progress. And as far as playing games, I did actually join a local 40K league here in Vancouver last year, where I played, I believe it was like 6 games in the league. And then I've also played a few games with some friends as well. So I am playing more games. I actually just had one a couple weeks ago with a buddy of mine, and I have a couple more planned next month. And with the new rules coming out for Death Guard, it has me even more excited to play. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be playing a lot more games in the near future. As far as experimenting with the vlogs, I don't really have a specific idea. I'm just kind of experimenting with that. I really enjoy doing it. It's fun to be able to share just some of my personal life and share some of the beautiful nature around Vancouver. It's a very scenic city. I have many ideas for the future of this channel. The past couple of years, I've been doing this hobby Secret Santa with some of my hobby friends here in Vancouver, and the cool thing about painting for other people is it allows me to push my painting skills, because I really only have the one model or the one squad that I'm painting, and so I don't have to worry about necessarily matching one-to-one with the other person's army, as long as like the colors are pretty close. Every time I paint a model for somebody else, I feel like I'm elevating my skills, and it's getting me more interested in trying painting competitions. I believe the next one is in October, so I do have a little bit of time to work on some pieces for that, for different categories. So you might see some other videos of me painting those competition pieces. In fact, I have a World Eater unit in mind that I would like to paint to a competition standard, so stick around for that. I would like to continue with the 1 video per month schedule. I feel like it kind of just fits my schedule a little bit easier. Sometimes I do find myself off work after a contract ends, so I could possibly do more videos during that time, but I don't want to promise anything that I cannot fulfill. So I'm going to try to do 1 video a month. Now that I've played more games in 10th edition and I've become more familiar with the rules and all that, I would like to take a shot at a GT or an RTT. I haven't played that many games in a day, so I think I do have to still kind of work my way up to that point, but I think that would be super fun to try out my first tournament and get your feedback of like what I can do better. By the end of the year, I would like to have a fully painted 2K Death Guard list that I can play in tournaments. Death Guard has been the army that I've been playing lately, and very much looking forward to playing the new rules and stuff. So I probably will be putting more time into my Death Guard series just for that reason, because I don't want to get dinged those 10 points for not having a fully painted army. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have planned for the year. I would also love to have some viewer suggestions. What other series would you like to see? As I mentioned, I have World Eaters right now. I am currently working on my Death Guard as well, but I do have 5 other armies that also need paint on them. If there's any specific army you would like to see or specific units that you would like to see paint, please let me know in the comments. So I'm still learning and trying to figure out where I want to go with the channel. I don't want to pigeonhole myself so soon into, just one thing. I'm just kind of experimenting with all kinds of things at the moment. So, but that's all I have for you today. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of the video. And again, thank you so much for your support for the past year. It truly blows my mind how many of you are currently following me. I think at the time of this video, it's something like 358 followers or something like that. So definitely not a big YouTuber, but I've been following channels like Ninjon and Miniac, and now channels like The Kieran Show and Zumakito, Dana Howell. I just love watching all of these different creators, and they inspire me to continue doing this stuff. Thank you so much for giving me this platform to be able to share my side of the hobby as well. You guys are amazing. My growth and success on YouTube is driven by you, the viewers. So thank you again so much for being here and for supporting this channel. Anyway, that's it for me. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.